Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Like I said yesterday, today we're going to be taking a look at the new Ferrari FXX. Now this is the car, I'm calling this new because it's added into the game like very recently. So today I'm going to take a look at this car. So yesterday we took a look at the other car that was added into the game, and that was a Jaguar C-Type, and we wanted to see if that was the fastest car in the game. So if you guys want to see that video, click the link in the description box below, or you guys can go ahead and click the link at the end of this video where you guys will be able to like see it up on the screen. Anyway, doesn't matter. Either way, today we're taking a look at the Ferrari FXX. I don't know what to feel about this engine sound. Like, it's not a bad sound. I feel like it needs a little bit more bass to it, which is what a lot of car sounds in this game actually need. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a video specifically on one engine sound that was changed in this game, which sounds absolutely mental, and I'll have to make a video on that because it's crazy. Because they constantly keep updating the engine sounds or the car sounds in the game, which is great to see that they're constantly doing it. Sometimes they're doing it for the better, sometimes they're doing it for the worse. But there is one car that they've updated, and it sounds glorious. It sounds so good. So I really want to make a video on that. So far, first impressions of the FXX. It's super stable, very planted. I'm gonna go ahead and see what we can do to this car to modify it, upgrade it. Of course, we're not gonna keep this stock because it's boring having a stock car in any video game. So we're gonna see what we have to do to this car. And I'm gonna keep it rear-wheel drive. I'll probably add some more power to it. Like I said, so far, very planted. Seems to drive fine. Probably if I change some things on it, it will drive even better. But so far, I'm happy with how good and planted this is. I mean, this is pretty much a race car for the road, which is pretty mad. I mean, this is literally a race car. The FXX this is literally a race version of the Enzo, and it's a pretty mental car. I really like the way, like, look how good that interior looks. Oh yes! I was like, wait a second, come on man, like the steering wheel should have little LEDs that show me when I need to change gear. And they didn't pop up, but they do. I just have to rev this really high to do it. Of course it's raining, as usual. We're in autumn, so we have a little bit of rain, but yeah, FXX. Let's give it a shot. Very awkwardly somehow made it back to the festival. Anyway, let's see. What can we do to this thing? To upgrade it, to give it some more oomph, I guess. So we can change the engine parts to it. I don't really know if I want to engine swap this thing. We can have a racing V12 engine in it. I'm pretty sure this is a Ferrari racing V12. Is it? Oh snap! Oh snap! We can have a 6.3 V12 hybrid. This is most likely the engine of the LaFerrari. Can we make, or the FXXK, can we turn this old FXX into a brand new FXXK? That is pretty mad. So right now, what are our stats like? Because I haven't actually even taken a look at the stats of this thing. So let's have a look real quick here. 789 horsepower. Front to rear weight distribution, or is it? Yeah, it is weight distribution. It's only 44%. That's pretty mad. So it's very rear biased. Weight is only 1,239 kilos. Not too bad. So it still has a 6.3 liter engine, this thing. But yeah, obviously if we just change the cams and valves, it will get us to 934 horsepower. But we can definitely do better than that if we just change this to the LaFerrari / FXXK engine. And I think it does sound a little bit nicer than this one. So I'm gonna do that. We'll upgrade it to that. And I'm gonna keep it, like I said, rear wheel drive. So I'm not gonna go ahead and change anything there. For our wheels, they look very thin. I don't know why they look so thin. Obviously, I'm not going to put off-road tires on. What do we have in the front? 245s on the front. Very thin tires on the front. 335s. Are you serious? We could put 335s on the front of this thing. I don't know if that's going to... It's definitely going to make a difference. 365s and 335s. Again, I don't know how much of a difference that's actually going to make. Because... Oh, wow. We can actually... Why does it look so different like this? Like, it just, like, the track width just looks so bad on this thing. Technically, usually this brings my handling up. I mean, it's pretty much maxed out. This is a very interesting car. I'm not going to bring him out all the way. I'm just going to do, like, just sort of one step out. And, yeah, we'll do the same for the rear end as well. So I don't really want this thing to have the wheels poke out. See how nice that looks? It looks so much better than before. Obviously, we can put Riley springs. I'm not going to do that. And then for our engine parts, we can still upgrade it even more. So let's give it the beans, I guess. Give it as much power as you can possibly put into this thing. And we'll see. I mean, the only problem with this thing is going to be its launch, which isn't really that bad. It's a 9.9. That is pretty mad. What are we at now? We're at 1,144 horsepower. Weight is still the same, 1,239 kilos. That is pretty mental. Okay, cool. Cool. That's nice. I don't really want to change the wheels. I don't want to change anything in the exterior. I think it just looks perfect the way it does. But what I do want to do is I want to see how top speed wise this works, and how is it now? Like, how is it like now? Now we have a so top speed wise, I don't think this will go any higher. This is very much built for downforce, very much built to be able to go around corners very quickly. So I don't really know. Like, if I stretch my gears out, it definitely won't be able to go faster. It just slows down, obviously. Just won't be able to reach that speed. So again, not really for top speed, but I just wanted to see what sort of top speed we can get with this thing. So we'll keep it at the 250 that was at before. I'll keep the suspension pretty much the way it gives it to me as standard. I'm probably going to go ahead and change the downforce to cornering. Pretty much just full on. And then we'll see what we need to change from there. If I need to leave the rear or the front, and then we'll see if it needs to, if it understeers or oversteers, we can change those effectively. So our diff, again, I'm gonna keep everything the standard way, just the way it is, and we'll see what it's like. Obviously little tweaks and all that sort of stuff will happen eventually, depending on how and where I drive, but overall it's still quite a heavy car. It is a little wet, obviously, so it's not gonna be as grippy. It is though, it really is so grippy. The front end pulls in nicely as well. Almost to the point of it oversteering. Obviously we'll end up oversteering since this is rear wheel drive. Once you catch grip though, and you can put your foot, it's so hard to go fast. Alright. It's so hard to go fast with this thing, especially in the wet. It pulls hard. It pulls really hard. I like that. Again, you can't just put your foot down because it will just end up spinning. The road is drying up slightly now, so that's good. It's very twitchy. Obviously, we're putting 1,100 horsepower just to the rear wheels. See, the main and most important thing about this car, since it has a lot of downforce, we should be able to take corners at higher speeds. Obviously, the slower corners we're gonna struggle with slightly because, or not the slower corners, but like the corners that you're supposed to go slow. Yeah, this is nice. In high-speed corners, this is nice. Because again, this thing is made to have a lot of downforce, so going around the corner. I mean, that Mazda was in the way, but I'm still pretty sure that we could have taken that corner really fast anyway. Oh my god, this has so much grip. Oh, this is so much grip. I'm trying to accelerate more and more just to see what our limit is. Oh, lovely stuff. I like this car. This is nice to drive. So again, like I said, the slower corners are obviously going to be a little bit of a challenge for this thing because we have to slow down quite a lot and then having to accelerate back out again. Having 1,000 horsepower just to the rear wheels will get us to oversteer very easily. But once we catch speed and we actually utilize the downforce of this thing, the shape of it that is literally made to produce a lot of downforce, it's like F1 cars. It's literally like F1 cars. You have to go a specific speed for it to be able to be the best it could possibly be around a corner. You can't have it go too slow because then obviously the aero won't be able to push down onto the car or onto the wheels hard enough. It's really nice to drive. Very smooth. Again, once you get used to just not planting your foot down all the time, I mean, you get used to it in this game usually because cars do end up oversteering quite a lot in this game. So you will, and like if you do drive around with traction control off and stability control and all that sort of stuff, so which would make sense. It's you get used to it pretty much, and then driving cars like this, you'd end up realizing very, very quickly that you can't floor it. But I could keep my foot down here and just keep going. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna raise our arrow, and we'll see how much of a difference that actually makes. So we'll bring it back to pretty much dead center, which was maybe like 70 or something. So we'll bring it around to like 70 and 70, and we'll keep it at that, and we'll have a look now, because obviously our top speed will end up increasing now to 251. Maybe it wasn't 70, it was like 80 or so. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Those are PSI for the tires. What is it, 73 or something? What was it at? I don't even remember. 72. Was that 250.1 or something like that? Wasn't? Okay, we'll keep it at 72. It doesn't matter. So we'll keep it like this, and we'll try to see now what it's like taking corners with this thing. With the arrow being a little bit different. So look at this, right? You go around a roundabout. These people have no idea how a roundabout works, apparently. You go around a roundabout. Obviously, you're driving slow. You can't be doing high speeds here. So you will start to oversteer. You can see my car start, or the rear end of my car starting to twitch there. And then obviously you lose it because you don't have the grip that you need to get out of that corner. So obviously this is built for high speed cornering, and it shows. Anyway, let's try to pick up some speed. We'll try to see how much the arrow actually helped. Because I mean now it should be faster in a straight line and accelerating. Oh my, it still has lots of downforce. Not as much as before. It's actually noticeable, but it doesn't have as much as before. However, it's still really, really flat. And you can go really fast around corners. But yeah, there you go. It's a very interesting little car. It's an iconic car, but yeah, it's cool to see the arrow actually making a significant difference in this thing. So take this corner. 190 miles per hour. No problems here. Wasn't even that bad of a corner, but this isn't really what this car is built for. This isn't built for top speed. Obviously, I think if we take the arrow and we reduce it all the way, we should be able to get our top speed of this to be even higher, but obviously then we'll ruin what this car is actually built for, and that's taking corners very quickly. Yeah, I definitely think we could have taken that corner if I had full arrow as low or as much downforce as possible. So what's their top speed wise, or what's their top speed look like if we just get rid of all that and we change that all to speed? So it's 260, so it's not that much different. So I'll do this now. So go ahead, change that so it looks a little something like this, and that should bring our top speed to about 243, and we'll see what that's like now. Should be a little bit better. Our front end should be dipping down a lot more. I'd rather get a lot of oversteer than getting a lot of understeer, because I feel understeer is not very controllable. You have to slow down a lot to control it, but oversteer, you sort of just control it with the throttle pretty much, and a little bit of counter steering, and boom, you're done. It's very, very easy to control. Oh, there we go. The front end grips up so much better. I still went too fast because I'm just trying to test it out, but like the front end just, it obviously just grips better being at a higher speed. I feel like this would be a very, very good car. I don't think there is a lot of stuff that you can do to it, like in the car mastery wise, to be able to get like a lot of points or whatever off it. And yeah, I wish that would have been different. I think that like for a green or uncommon car, like there is still quite a bunch of things that you can do to it. But like, I mean, you have your speed skill and all that sort of stuff, but you don't have the thing to give you a higher multiplier, which is something that I really, really would have liked for this thing. But obviously, the speed skills and near miss skills being increased for this thing would definitely help people to get their stuff done if you want to use this thing in a race and all that sort of stuff, especially for like races to grind out your levels and all that sort of stuff. So some people do use specific skill boost cars and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's like, this is good and all, but I still wouldn't recommend it over like a Forza edition car to be able to level up your levels pretty much like that if you want to use speed skills and near miss skills and all that sort of stuff. So overall, decent car to drive. there's obviously better cars in this game. I think the McLaren are still faster, still better overall to just drive. But yeah, FXX added into the game. Pretty interesting car. I wanted to have a look at it and see what it was like. It's fun to drive. It's very, very interesting. I feel like the front tires are very, very thick. And you can definitely tell there's a lot of power going to the rear wheels. So obviously this thing is really built for high-speed cornering. If you want to take it around town and drive around like this, that's also fun too. But again, don't expect to have a lot of grip when you're in tighter areas like this, obviously. This isn't what the car is actually built for. Very, very slow corners. You have to be very careful with your throttle. That's pretty much it. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. Took a look at the Ferrari FXX today. Want to see what it was like because it was added into the game very recently. Again, if you guys want to see any more videos like this on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like it and do all that sort of stuff, show your support and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys very much for the subscribers, the views, and everything over the past however long. You guys have been absolutely smashing it on the channel, which is great to see, and I really, really do appreciate it very much. Again, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.